Okay, so we are live. We are live. Welcome to the one-on-one on Arsenal. Arsenal 101. Live watch along. Arsenal versus Nottingham Forest. First game of the season. How you doing, Gary?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. Yourself?
Yeah, pretty good.
Looking forward to this.
Yeah, should be good once it starts. But it hasn't started. And the reason it hasn't started is because there has been a delay at the ground getting fans into the ground. Just got a call from Apollo to explain that it's all down to the new e-ticketing system, which Arsenal have implemented for this season. It's apparently causing a hell of a delay. People are having problems getting into the ground. And because of that, there are more people outside than there are inside. And I believe the game has been delayed. Have you heard pretty similar?
Only from what Apollo said, but I just saw pictures on the TV, and it just looked rammed outside. So hopefully everyone gets in safely and there's no stupidness that goes on.
So we have
It just shows you where the technology messes things up.
Yeah, we have a bit of time. They're at the. I'm just looking at the live stream on TNT Sport, and there's loads of seats still empty. By the looks of things, yeah, absolutely tons of empty seats, just padding out from where their gantry position is, and there's absolutely tons of seats empty. Kickoff delayed until 1 p.m. So we got 25 minutes. So in the meantime, I'm going to flip back to the ladies' football.
Let's delve into this team sheet time.
Yeah, it's very, very interesting. Very interesting. So, as we normally expect, Ramsdale in goal with his backup, because we haven't done the deal quite yet for David Raya. We've got Carl Hein on the bench as the backup keeper. I like Carl Hein. He's a big keeper. That's what I like about him. He's big and he's very mobile keeper. And then we've got Thomas Partey, weirdly, where we'd normally expect to see Ben White. We've got Partey, Ben White, William Saliba, and Jurrien Timber.
What is it?
What is it?
So that, to me, doesn't look like your typical back four.
I'll be back in 1 second, Tone.
No worries. Okay, so Ramsdale, Partey, White, Saliba, Timber. So how that's actually going to look, I don't know yet. But I kind of am guessing that it's kind of a hybrid back three with White, Saliba and Timber. And then the inverted fullback being Partey on the right. Then, of course, you have a sort of double pivot of Partey and Rice. And then when we're on the attack, Partey becomes more of the holder and Rice becomes an extra attacking midfielder to try and overload the defence of Nottingham Forest. Then ahead of Partey and Rice, you've got Havertz, Odegaard, Saka, Martinelli, and Nketiah. Right, let's add these guys back to the stream. So I'm just going to remove that for a sec because we've now got my boy Vince in the house. What up? Technical issues a little bit lagging at the moment. Gary, you back? Gary's frozen as well. Am I the only one who's running a decent internet around here?
Yeah, my internet's playing up as well today.
All right, Tone.
Hey, how you doing? You all right?
That's a very
I'm
interesting
I'm
camera
just
angle.
about to I'm just about.
Oh. All right, Gary, you there? Oh, I've lost Gary as well. So back on my jollies again. Yeah, so an interesting lineup there. Victor. What's up, Victor? Hope you're well. Just having a bit of a problem with a couple of guys there. Their internet's not it's playing up a little bit. But I am here. We are live and we are looking forward to watching Arsenal. But at the moment, the game has been delayed till 1 p.m. So I am currently back watching ITV, England 1, Colombia 1. The second half has just kicked off. This is not going to be easy for England. Colombia just look dangerous every time they attack. Defence has been the name of the game.
I don't think England have been that good in this tournament, to be honest.
You know, teams that can defend have shown that, you know, defence will get you a long way. Obviously, Jamaica made it through to the knockout stages by having clean sheets in their 3 group games. So, yeah, defence is strong. Colombia attack. Ooh! Colombia definitely looking stronger than England currently in this game. They had a much better first half than England. Took the lead rightfully. But England's pegged them back towards the last 5 minutes of play. Can we hear you, Gary? It seems.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Great. Victor says it seems it's raining. It's not raining here. So I'm in London. It's not raining, Victor. It seems it's raining. We'll be with you. Do we have a coach, Tony? Between me and you, let's discuss. Do we have a coach? Do we have a coach? Jump on the stream if you want.
Coach for what?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
Yeah, we got a coach. It's Gary, man.
More than this. Okay, so Victor, I think he can't give us more.
Let me tell you something, Vince. If I was the coach, I wouldn't be messing with Marty.
I think Victor doesn't like Arteta, which is a shame, because if you don't think he's a coach, then what was he doing at Manchester City for those years that he was literally number 2 to Pep Guardiola, arguably the best coach in the world, and at the same time Pep couldn't have praised him any higher than saying how much he learned from Arteta. So I'm not sure how you come across that opinion when the greatest coach in football has said he's learned so much from Mikel Arteta. England on the attack. Good cross. Ooh, corner to England.
You know what? Can I just say something?
Yeah, go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, I like people to tread easy, man. Tread easy when it comes to this coaching and manager and go and all this. The guy's got huge ability as a football brain. He studied at La Masia, and he's shown that he's a tactical savant when it comes to setting up. But there's areas of his game which we're starting to see that he's making improvements. And at the end of the day, he's going to morph into his own. I'm not losing anything over. Yeah, he's a manager or coach, but Arteta has to take his knowledge, this team, to the next level, and just leave it at that, man. Just leave it at that, because he's made some glaring mistakes. I don't want anyone to waste time with the spin over the past. He's made some huge strides in what he's done with his club and his team, and credit needs to go to him, Edem, and the players. So I just want the guy to just, at this stage, he spent a lot of money. I don't hear no more excuses this season about depth. Nothing. Lot of money. And look what he did last year with that team. And he ran City ragged. So just let the man do what he needs to do. And let's not big him up out of the stratosphere right now. He's at the stage now where he can deliver. And I've got faith that he will do. Let him do his thing, man.
Cool. I mean, as I said, the fact that you mentioned La Masia, again, you got to understand, that's probably the greatest tutoring school of football in the world. And if you went through the process there of learning the technicalities and the way in which to play football, then pretty much anyone who goes through that kind of education can turn around and say, yeah, I've been to the best school when it comes to learning about the beautiful art of playing football. So, Victor, I don't really get how you can be like, well, is this guy a coach? Yes, he's a coach. Now, any coach can make mistakes. Yeah, and I agree, he has made mistakes. But let's not get twisted. He knows all about the game. His methodology of setting up the team, his methodology of playing the sweet science, the game, cannot be questioned. Can
I just add, the only thing
I just personally think he's
go for it, Gary.
Go on, Vinci.
Yeah, the only thing I would just add is that I forgot.
Yeah, I just think.
Go, Gary, go.
Yes, I just think we're right in what we're saying about him, but I think he's just got to try not to be too clever. When you've got 3 right backs in the squad, I don't see why you take Thomas Partey out and play him at right back when he's our most valued midfielder. I just don't get it. I just don't understand it. And we don't need to go down that road of being a little bit too clever and it comes undone. That's from my point of view.
I mean, the reason I understand where fans say an experienced manager would do things different, because an experienced manager, an experienced manager would, whether he's experienced in coaching, experienced in managing, or experienced as playing international football, would do things different. And I just think that's the only area that Arteta does not have experience, is at internationally playing football. And you learn so much in that area where that would help in regards to your tactical now. So yes, he hasn't got years of experience of being a manager, and he hasn't had years of experience of playing international football. Those will go against him over time until he navigates them and implements his idea and what he sees in football. But I hate this word process. If anything, it's a journey, and he's on a journey and he's making strides. So I believe after what I saw last season, or what I started to see in that Charity Shield, in what he set up the team against Man City, he's learning. He's learning from his mistakes. And it's okay to say that he's learning from his mistakes. We have somebody who technically has got a good football brain. Let's hope the transition is that he's going to implement it with this squad of players, because I keep saying, man, that the age group and the talent, we've had depth at Arsenal. We've got more depth this season, and it's a great opportunity.
Yeah,
Gary?
you're right there. There's no excuses for him like this season. Gets it wrong, he gets it wrong, but it'll be down to him.
Yeah, I mean, it's you know, I'm not even.
You know, with the money that's been spent, the players that we bought in, the excuses are over now.
And I predicted that we'd win it this year, but I still won't be upset if we finish second, because the trajectory of where we're going is up. Anything can happen, as we saw last season, but I do think his willingness to make those right changes. And listen, Forest, what's there to be scared of in regards to Forest other than putting in a better performance than what we've done in the previous 3 games? That's what's let us down when we played this team. It's not that they've got world beaters where we've got to be fearful. We've just got to get our mentality and our application from the first whistle through to the 90 to get the job done.
Yeah, make work.
What's going on with Tony, man?
I don't know. I think my internet's playing up today. Tony's, I think, he's playing up.
I'm just trying to sort some tickets for the Joshua fight tonight. So just carry on without me. I'll be back in a second. Yeah.
All right. I thought the fight.
You got to go, Tony?
I thought the fight happened at the press conference. That was a nonsense. That was an absolute nonsense. AJ trying to be a bad boy. I think I'll be streaming that one.
It's all a nonsense, man. He's struggling, AJ, and to get back to where he was. I don't think he's got the art. But anyway, we're not here to talk about AJ. Let him do what he's doing. He should walk through this guy pretty quickly.
Do you have IPTV?
So I've just got the pictures. Yeah, I'm on there now. Yeah.
What do you?
I watch everything through IPTV, don't I?
Yeah. What do you think of it,
mate? I've had mine for about 4 years now.
Okay.
I watch everything. No, I love it. Keeps me out of trouble. Keeps me entertained. But I'm just looking at pictures of the stadium now, and it still looks bare empty.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking.
And we're looking at kickoff in 9 minutes. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen in 9 minutes.
I'm thinking of getting something like that myself, but I want to try and get. My wife likes to watch a lot of the US channels, so I want to know whether or not.
Yeah, I've got all of that. I've got all of that. I've got all of that on mine, didn't I? I've got, I think, something like over 2,000 channels.
Okay, wow.
So it's all right. Best 50 quid I ever spent.
And you can watch it on multiple devices.
Yes, yeah. I think you have to pay extra to get that onto different devices, but it suits me down to ground. So if I came to your house, I could bring my Amazon stick with me and plug it in at your house to just connect to the internet, and then I'm away.
Oh, is it Amazon?
You know what I mean? So it doesn't make any difference. But yeah, I've got a program on my Amazon stick.
Okay.
So it's all good.
I hear there's different ones, and there's been ones that have been closing down.
Yeah, well, it was about 3 years ago. They had a purge on it, didn't they? Because they reckon there's something like 60,000 people across the world that are all using this. So obviously, you got your companies like Sky and all that. They're missing out on money. But what makes me laugh is that for the price that you pay, what you get, and it just shows you what these big companies are charging for like literally less than what I have. You know, and it's quite outrageous. Yeah, I can't see this kicking off at 1 o'clock. I think it's going to be delayed a little bit further.
Yeah, about quarter past, half past.
Yeah, I reckon so.
Give those in the turnstiles time to watch the England game.
But it just shows you they've
But if
implemented a
you're
new
in a
system.
turnstile, you ain't watching anything. You're just looking at the back of a next man's head. The problem is, it now runs into the time that the 3 o'clock kickoffs are on.
But can't you get reception in the turnstiles and on your phone and just watch the game?
Yeah, I guess if you got that, yeah.
That's
But
what I'll
don't
be
forget,
doing.
when you're around the ground, streaming on your phone is difficult because every
Yeah.
Tom, Dick and Harry is trying to do the same thing.
But seriously though, I mean, why should that be an issue in this day and age that the connection is that poor?
Yeah, I mean,
It's just too many people in one short space of area, isn't it?
It shouldn't be, because I know that I've been to 100,000 stadium in Dallas, and they have internet inside the stadium for everybody.
And that's what I'm saying. It's
the club they need to sort it out. It's a will to actually provide the service. If you want to provide the service, you can do it.
Yeah. So it's just like bandwidth. You just get a cheap bandwidth. It's going to be buffering and all type of foolishness.
Mm.
Did you guys watch the Australian?
It's raining at the Emirates.
Yeah, it's going to be a bad day. It plays in a tunnel. Oh, the penalties were really good. Boy, man, England getting beaten up, man. I think this ref's been a bit poor in some of these challenges.
Oh,
It's not going to come easy to England World Cup, man. Got to earn it.
Sorry. My son's got some of his football team round. So I'm dealing with a house for the kids.
Oh, okay.
I got 50-50, man.
I think Colombia have been putting in some brutal challenges, though.
Yeah. They're a strong team, and they don't give up physically. I noticed that in their earlier game. They're a very physical team. It's almost like England are like trying to impose themselves with that British spirit.
Yeah.
But like Colombia are up for the battle, and in some.
So now I've got the players coming out now.
Yes. Go on, Russell. Go on, Russell.
Michael Over's picking up the ball. Odegaard leads the team out.
He must score. Yes, Russell. 2-1 England.
Arsenal's Alicia Russo. Don't you think that's a funny situation? They offered 500 grand for her, and Man United said no. Then she ended her contract and joined for nothing.
Yeah.
Right. So the stadium's pretty much full. The players are out.
Okay, so I'm going to switch over now.
I can see Apollo.
Seeing England go 2-1 up. So
I can see Apollo in the stands.
Yeah, you can see Apollo.
Let me see. Whenever I go, I always look out to see where he is in that view. Great goal. Great strike, I should say. Low in that position. Good technique.
So the teams are lined up at the Emirates. Those tracksuit tops are really nice.
Yeah.
So guys,
CTNT Sport have upped their graphics.
Let's do another quick look at the team sheet. Tone, what was your thoughts on seeing no Gabriel on the starting 11?
For me, it's concerning. I think it's more. I don't believe it's tactical. You know, but
I
something's
can't
going on.
understand how it can be anything else but tactical.
Well, we're playing Forest.
Yeah,
We're playing Forest. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Are you desperate to have Declan Rice playing over Gabriel? Are you that desperate through the middle?
but hang on, wait. That doesn't. He doesn't. It's not like one over the other. It's a change of formation.
Okay.
Yeah, but is it a change of formation, though, Tony?
Well,
Because
quite clearly, it
Partey's
is.
going to start at right. Well,
quite
Partey's going to
clearly
start at
has
right
to
back.
be. Sorry.
Partey's going to start at right back,
Yeah, but it's an inverted
and then
right
they're
back.
going to try and invert on both sides with Timber on the other side.
Okay, so let's.
I just don't. Listen. I just don't understand it.
Of course, you just look at it when it.
I would have rather had Rice in 8.
To me, it looks like a 3 at the back. That's all you got to think about. This doesn't take rocket science, Gaz.
Yeah. So
If you
why not play
3 at the back? You got Partey playing where he always plays.
Well, we'll see. We'll see when it kicks off. I think it's going to be a 4 at the back with Rice, Havertz in 8, and the rest just do what they do. If that's the case, then that to me doesn't make any sense.
Well, it does make sense, Gary, because you know what Forest are going to do. They're going to put every man behind the ball. So if you can overload the midfield, that makes absolute sense. I don't see how that can't be any clearer. You want overloads, yeah? If you're facing a defensive team who comes at park the bus, you want overloads. You want to try and push more players forward. You want to have 4 up front, 5 up front. Yeah? So you play 3 at the back.
So I've got kickoff just about to happen.
Yeah.
Look, I've got the players just taking in there. You've got Saliba, White, and it looks like Thomas Partey in a back 3.
Yeah. I can see 4 at the back right now.
And the ball goes long.
It's not going to stay that way.
So can I ask?
Yeah, it will interchange during the game, but
okay. Can I just ask then? So Tony, you're saying that Forest are going to sit deep and nullify the space, and you're using this formation for us to
challenge Declan Rice,
to force the overload. Where's the space going to come?
There's space because basically you have to force Forest, on their back foot, So you're gonna have space if you have an extra man.
What, sitting on their box?
Yeah.
So you're not going to have runners coming in the overlap because it's going to be very tight. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean it's going to be tight because Forest will play 5 at the back. Yeah. So you have to create an overload.
We'll see.
Right, so the game settled down. Partey's in the right back slot.
Yeah.
The ball's with Saka deep in the Forest half. He's running at the fullback, and he's back to Thomas Partey in the right back slot, who plays it into Declan Rice.
Right.
And it's
now
back with
where I'm
Saliba.
looking, Thomas Partey is up on the other half of the pitch. Yeah. He's where
Ben White would be.
Yeah.
He's in the right back slot.
Right. But it's an inverted right back slot, isn't it? Because essentially he can move into the middle of the park as he appears to be doing.
Ben White.
He's moved back again.
Oh, there's cross. Oh! Arsenal, good little move there. Lovely ball by Ben White. That released Saka. And Saka puts the decent cross into the centre. And there's just no one to finish it.
I think for the first time I'm ahead of Gary. I'm on 216.
Oh, it's a great cross.
Yeah, I'm on 218.
So
yeah, that's where you want the 8 arriving to put that in.
Yeah. I mean that should have been Eddie's positioning, right?
Well, if you're saying 8, you're talking about Havertz, and that's what I'm saying.
Well, he
Havertz,
takes the near post, doesn't he? But then you want
yeah,
Martinelli and Havertz both arriving in the box.
right. And this is what I'm saying. If you can't get
Eddie makes the
10,
near post run, but there's no one coming in behind him.
if you can't get 10 to 15 goals from Havertz with that passage of play, him coming in, then there's something wrong.
Exactly.
There's something wrong.
You know, Saka done everything right there. He looked up. He's put a fantastic ball in, and there's no one coming in behind Eddie. So Saka goes again. Called at Arsenal. Saka looks like he's limping already. Is this guy fit? He was carrying a bit of an ankle problem. I think he just got caught on the follow through of the challenge. So Arsenal corner. Saka will take it.
So, coach, what's the theory behind the ripping of the socks behind the back of the shorts?
It's to allow the calf muscles to breathe. So where the socks are tight, if they've got big calves, the socks are tight. So they cut the socks, and that allows the calves extra room to breathe and blood flow, I suppose, and stuff like that.
Okay.
So the corner's just about to come in. Ben White's causing a nuisance. Saka prepares to take. Because a long delay here. Right, corner's being taken now.
Second corner coming out.
Second corner coming.
Serge.
Still stealing and living, playing a footballer.
Yeah. I've never been to an Arsenal game, first game of the season.
I've been to a few, man.
Yeah?
Yeah. I used to work at used to work at Hybrid, didn't I?
Oh, okay.
A terrible corner.
Nice.
Yeah, I worked at Hybrid for about 10 years. Arteta's already going mad. Let's see if he gets booked again. He could literally get booked in every game this season if he doesn't watch himself. Arteta.
Yeah. Have you noticed in the Premiership when penalties are? Was it a penalty? No, when the red card was given yesterday, the referee didn't announce what happened. He just.
Yeah, I don't think they will they? We've seen it in the Women's World Cup. I don't think they'll do that in the Premier League.
I thought they would have.
Yeah, I can't see him doing it. I can't see him doing it though, because I think they'll be too worried about inciting the crowd. I think it's a different crowd when you've got men's football and women's football in it. Women's football is mainly children and women, and the men, I think they'll be too worried about inciting the crowd. It's like they don't show a great ball, great run, Martinelli.
A little bit sexy.
You know, Thomas Partey's not supporting him there. It was a great run by Martinelli there. Saka's tucked in, but when Martinelli gets to the byline, Partey is 30 yards behind him.
Yeah, but that's that's the problem, because that's not Partey's natural game. But Ben
exactly,
White's
that's what I'm saying.
In that situation is to, and he's done very well in that right back position, supporting the right winger or being
that was my point entirely, Vincey. You know, that's where you want Partey to. It's an easy rollback for Martinelli there, but Partey's not in support.
Because that's you're sacrificing that part of your
already one instance there. Yeah, exactly. But already one instance there, 6 minutes in, where you see Partey's like that fish out of water, playing it in that role.
Now he's right in the centre circle, Partey.
So now we've got three at the back: Saliba, Timber, and White, and Partey dropped into his normal position.
And that's what I'm saying. Look at this passage of play. You're about to see it. Look what happens with the ball that Partey plays from that position.
I think we're 11 on. I think we're 11 on time, aren't we? I'm at 7:36. I think we're bang on level.
I'm 7:41, 42 now.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, and that's the point I'm saying. There's multiple ways you can play the game, but you are going to sacrifice.
See, and just there, we've gone. Saliba's come across, and he's tried to play the ball with his right foot instead of his left, and he just spooned it up in the air.
Yeah. So
you're playing two right footers
in certain areas with that formation change.
Yeah, it makes no sense, Vincey. To me, makes no sense. Sorry, I think he's got it wrong. We may go on to win the game, but I think he's got it wrong.
Well, one thing you do have the confidence is obviously in Timber's ability to, because he can play centre back as well. So the fluidity there is.
Come on, Thomas. That's the slowest gallop forward I've ever seen in my life from Party. Yeah.
But this is where it breaks down in the middle. Look how we play the ball in the middle now when he's not there. Now he has to come into the middle. It's fluid.
Yeah.
But it's going to take...
Well, it's fluid to a point, isn't it? But it's fluid to a point, but it stopped because the attack broke down. So Rice now looks like he's in the 8 and getting forward, and Party's reverted into his normal role. So it's normal things now as we're used to it.
He's going to take a lot out of him. He's got.
I told ya.
He's got to take a lot out of him if he continues this.
Declan Rice fell over
for multiple games.
Look, what you
There's
want
positives
the
and negatives
to do,
to it.
what you want the manager to do, yeah, is you want him to be able to change systems depending on who your opposition is. 3 at the back for some, 4 at the back for others. Yeah, double pivot for some, pivot for others. Yeah?
I can agree with that, Tone, but I just don't see how you take Party out of that role.
He hasn't. You just told me that. You literally just said he's back in his position.
Yeah, but it seems a bit all over the place at the moment, Tone. There's no... Yes, it's a fluid transitional system. Everyone can go here, go there.
Give it time, Gary. Let the system run its course.
I've given it 10 minutes and 30 seconds, mate, and I don't like it.
All right. Well, if we start scoring goals and you start liking it...
Oh, Forrester through.
If we
he's put it over the bar. So, Brennan Johnson clean through. Easy finish. Ramsdale come herring up. And it should have been 1-0 Forest.
Now, you tell me.
90% possession. Wow.
Ben White doesn't read. Ben White doesn't read the ball that's coming back in. He's watching the ball and not the players that are running in front of him.
It's a close one.
I think we looked a little bit lost in that transition.
Yeah, Ben White's got to read that. He's the covering centre back there. The guy's behind Saliba, so Ben White has to read that and see the guys on side and get across.
Let's see what's going on in the England game, man. Because, yeah.
Nothing's happening here.
You know. 78 minutes gone.
Oh, he missed it by a country mile. It wasn't even wide. It wasn't even over the bar. It was wide and over the bar.
He had time to go around the goalkeeper as well.
He had time to make a cup of tea and do anything he wanted there.
Must score. Oh, Lord of mercy. Unlucky.
Eddie's through.
Unlucky.
Oh, well played, Matt Turner. Excellent
Unlucky.
goalkeeping from Matt Turner. He didn't show that when he was with us.
Unlucky. You know, oh, good save, Havertz. Great save, Havertz.
Eddie was offside. Eddie was offside anyway.
I know it's all. I did a sneaky one on the fantasy football. When the moment Forest were interested in Turner, I put him in my team knowing that the deal was going to go through, so I didn't have to, because he's cheap enough, and he's going to be starting games. So at least you know you've got a backup goalkeeper that, if need be. So I see a few people have done it as well. Oh, Tone, did you see the
We better hope Ramsdale doesn't pick up no injury today.
Dolphins pre-season last night?
Yeah, it was a terrible. I mean, it was a bit like this game in that the Dolphins dominated every category of the game.
Arsenal.
You know, most passes, most possession, but didn't score points.
Yeah.
Like every time we got in the red zone, we couldn't convert.
Yeah, Skylar had a bit of a game, didn't he?
Yeah, but you know, it is pre-season. It is, you know, it's the second and third strings.
That running back looks good, though.
You know, some of it looked okay.
Saka, what are you doing with his
my
corner,
cousin tearing up things for the Giants because they.
Oh, they played last night as well.
Yeah, they played at exactly the same time. So he came out as the best running back. Three carries, 40 yards.
Nice.
Whereas the next best was 9 yards.
Do you think he will get his? Because do you reckon he'll get his chance? Because the Giants bought another running back, didn't they?
Yeah, they bought Eric Guy.
Okay.
But yeah, you know, if you're going by what people are achieving in game, then he should be getting a look. He should be getting a better look.
Come on, have a shot. Come on, give the goalkeeper something to do, man.
I think that's an area of game that we need to look to improve, the shooting from distance.
Oh, what a pass. See, look. 1, 2,
See,
3,
straight
4,
away,
5, 6,
straight away,
7, 8, 9.
Straight away with the switch that's happened and we've gone to the normal formation, it looks much better. Straight away. Ben White galloping down to support Saka. Partey doing what he does in the midfield.
That's what I'm saying. If you want to take away the pluses of what Ben White does from an attacking position in that final third, I don't know how you're getting behind this. I don't know how you're getting behind this.
Declan Rice, come on, man. Well, see, just there, the ball gets played into Declan Rice. He's got ages that he can control it, he can turn, but he knocked it straight back to Saliba. And I think that's an area that you've got to. That's been from his West Ham days of keeping the ball, you know, and not playing forward.
Mm. But, you know, look, as Arteta said, man, you got to give some of these guys time. You've got to give Declan Rice and Havertz time to kind of learn patterns and.
Oh yeah, no, listen, I understand that you've got to give him time, but that's an area that. Yeah, that's an area. Yeah, obviously he's going to have time to evolve into the Arsenal way, but it's just a little thing of note.
I mean, it's hard. I mean, you know, the thing that I find difficult to work out is how you start the game without Trossard, because he's just such a good player. You know, he's very unlucky not to be
I was going to say that earlier.
You know, to me, I'd play Trossard instead of Kai Havertz.
But this is again, you're going back to systems. He wants Havertz in that position.
That's right.
For a reason. So
there you go.
For that reason, you're asking, do you want Havertz to be on the end of balls coming in from Saka, or do you want Havertz to create? Because those are the only two reasons why I can see Havertz being purchased. And if he's not at the end of them scoring, he better be huge in assists, the creating, because you're stopping the fluidity of Martinelli on that side, and time will tell.
So far, Martinelli's been very quiet in this game. Am I wrong?
He's been
Yeah,
quiet.
he's had a quiet pre-season, though, hasn't he? He hasn't really stepped the world on that in pre-season either.
Yeah.
And again, this is what I'm saying. I'm surprised he's played. He's Trossard. I'm surprised he's played Eddie and Havertz.
I mean, he's clearly trying something, brother. So we got to give him a chance.
Yeah. Because if you played Havertz,
yeah, but the time to try things, the time to try things is in pre-season. You just played 8 games in pre-season.
No. You don't get enough time in pre-season. Look, this is clear to me. You're trying to overload a team that are defensively stacked. I just watched, a passage of play where Nottingham Forest had 9 players in their own box. Yeah, Arsenal were camped on the edge of their box. They had 9 players in their own box. I mean, it don't get much more defensive.
Yeah, but you're going to get that. That's part of the course, Tone. Yeah, but that's part of the course with these teams at the bottom. They're not going to come out and play. They're not going to come out and attack us. They're going to try and nick something on the break like the chance they're predators.
Yeah, but hence why I could see why Arteta would try to do something where we can get an extra man up front. I mean, don't forget, fellas, that we come from an era where there used to be 4-4-2. Yeah, that meant 2 strikers. Yeah.
Yeah, but see, you and I played football. Yeah, even though that formation was 4-4-2, there was fluidity across the board in positions. So when I see all this invert this and that, we were doing that back in the day.
Yeah.
We just set up in a 4-4-2 formation.
Yeah.
Thank you. England hanging on. If anything, Gary,
go on, Thomas Partey.
If anything, what you've got to look at this formation change is he's probably going to use this later on in the season against an opponent that is going to be pivotal. So as Tony says, I guess, you know what, let the system play out, let the guys get used to it, and
come on, Thomas.
If this comes back up at another point in the season, we should be better.
So Eddie charged down on a pass and it ricocheted off Eddie, but obviously it just went miles wide. But see, this is Turner. He's no good with the ball at his feet.
Well, we've had Ramsdale do the same. Three minutes to go for England. Can they hang on? 2-1. They're going to have a tough game against Australia, but I think they can beat them. Yeah, as I say, I'm just looking at this. We should just set up at three at the back and just leave to it Rice and Partey in those positions and let them do their thing, you know. Oh, Saka's struggling.
Very unlucky. Almost a good ball by Ben White there over the top. Just a little bit too much on it.
Eighth minute, England leading 2-1.
Well played, Mr. Timber. Or was that Saliba, actually? Sorry. I think Arsenal need to up the tempo. It's very pedestrian at the moment. There's no zipping the ball about. Everything's in front of Forest. There's nothing going in behind them.
England just lumping it forward.
England just scored.
No, still 2-1. Yeah, good.
That was better.
Good use.
Well
of body
played,
there.
Timber. Well won back. Fantastic ball challenge there.
Kai Havertz. Good use of his body. Go on, Party. Eight minutes of it.
See, we've got Havertz in the team, yeah. So you should be able to swing that cross in and get him challenging for balls.
How many crosses you seen today?
Call at Arsenal.
Corners down at Apollo's end, didn't it?
I'm going to call this as a goal. Arsenal corner. I'm going to call it as a goal. Saka in, flicked on.
Should have been.
Saliba heads. No, it's cleared by Forest. Martinelli though, where you going, Martinelli? That's it. Turn out.
Send it, Eddie.
Oh, what a turn by Martinelli! It's Eddie.
Oh, Eddie.
Yes, Eddie. I told you. I called it.
Well done, guys.
But that's what you want to see from Martinelli. Positive attacking play.
Yeah.
Beat the man, use the ball.
Nice little pillow right there on the ball.
That's a great finish from Eddie.
Seven minutes left for England to hang on. 2-1 up.
What a turn up for Martinelli, man. What a turn up. Look at this. Watch.
Okay, so now the door's open because they have to come out.
Does Martinelli get an assist on that?
Nothing with Eddie in the team. You know that. We don't miss nothing with Eddie in the team over Jesus.
That assist is amazing.
What's that? 33 goals now in 47 starts for Eddie.
Mike Klein.
Yeah.
Mike Klein, that. You can't beat direct football, Gary.
The best football, which is the easiest football. Just keep things simple. You don't need to overplay and do all these skills and stuff. Keep it simple. Beat your man, cross the ball, job done.
The situations where yes, it comes into play, and that, you know, Eddie wouldn't have got that position if Martinelli wasn't fortunate with that drag. But he made the goal, Eddie, with his feint and shooting.
Oh, ref, come on, man. That's a yellow card all day long, surely. Yes, thank you, Michael Oliver. The yellow card. So now Saka just got taken down by the fullback. He's got a yellow card. Now Saka just needs to run at him every single opportunity he gets.
Hmm.
Well played, Eddie and Ketia.
Good work, track back. Yeah, stop it. You see that passage of play, Gary? That's where we miss. Passer being up alongside play.
That's a foul.
No, seriously? They got out of that situation. Wow. 3 minutes to go for England.
I thought it was 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, you got injury time. It was 8 minutes of injury time. Is it the Super Cup on midweek?
Yeah, Thursday.
Thursday, okay.
Is it not the German Super Cup tomorrow? Harry Kane's first chance to win a trophy 24 hours after moving clubs.
I think it's today.
Go on, Havertz.
The defending there to stop Eddie from making it two. Corner from the other side now with Martinelli. I'm at 31-23.
How you get ahead of me, man?
Hit it! Oh, what have you hit? Eddie, come on, you've got to pull the boot there. The corner come in and it was disastrous defending from Forest. And the ball broke and Eddie just got a swing. Oh! Mikel Saka! What a goal! What a goal! He picks up the ball, he cuts inside and reaches 25 yards top bins. What a goal that was! What a goal!
He's done it before.
2-0 Arsenal.
He's Saka. He's done it before. Great goal.
What a strike!
That one's down to playground football. Look at the ball.
That's why we sold you, Matt. Ramsdale would have saved that.
You know who gets the assist? William Saliba! See how fluid the system works, girl? William Saliba with the assist to get to
No, he's changed the system, Tony. He's gone back to tried and tested. He's gone back to tried and tested.
England have done it.
Anything City can do, we can do.
England in the semi-finals. Turner's playing for us today, anyway.
So he should be pretty much plain sailing from here now. If we keep it simple and don't do anything stupid.
What's score 8?
So now you're just playing system football. Now you're just working your system so that you can try and perfect, where people are going to be, how you're going to overload teams, etc., etc. You just don't take chances, and you try and find opportunities. Oh, man.
Cameron was saying you're looking for a bigger profit.
Yeah. So what I need to show is that there's regular money coming in. So I can say that this is what.
Come on, someone tell him man on. Jesus, he turned straight into the Forest player.
What's the family saying in the chat? So I have to switch back to the game. Oh, it's just all Apollo. What's going on, family, in the chat?
Oh, what a family by Thomas Partey.
Do you know what? I'm actually...
Timber looks so comfortable on the ball, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's just a quality player.
And here comes Forest. And Jurrien chips it with a putting wedge. Straight into the hands of Ramsdale.
Serge being Serge with that shot, with that cross.
I like the little laugh.
The best I saw Serge was when he played for PSG.
But it's just
and he came to Arsenal. We were playing Arsenal in the Champions League, and he roasted us down the right wing. I was like, rah. At home since then, pony.
Wasn't there a situation where we was looking to sign him and he appeared in an Arsenal shirt after a game? And then obviously the move never materialised.
Mm.
Come on, Martinelli. Just take him on, Martinelli. I think with Martinelli, he's got so much pace. Sometimes he's just got to knock it by that defender and go after it.
The problem with the rest of the team can't keep up with him. They can't keep up with him. In his first season when he came and he was doing that, his pace was ridiculous. And yes, they didn't know what he was doing, but they couldn't keep up with his.
That's it. Go on, Martin. That's it. That's the way.
That's it. Go on.
Oh, if he would have crossed that with his left foot, that would have been 3-0.
He's all right.
Crossed with the outside of his right, just too high for Nketiah.
It's all
Arsenal have the ball though with Saka still. The Odegaard. Ben White on the overlap.
have a shot, Martin.
Great tackle. What a tackle that is to stop it from being 3-0.
I thought Martin was going to have a shot like Saka. Good play. You had the opportunity. Who was that? Havertz.
And goal kick is given.
Yeah, Havertz kind of took his space.
Don't know who that was in the middle. See, after Saka's goal, Havertz just put his hand on his head. Couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Havertz just stood there. He's just gone like that. And saying, "Oh my God, I can't believe that." And they're trying to appeal for a yellow card there for Havertz, I believe, for kicking the ball away after a free kick was given.
So, guys, just a comment from Apollo in the chat, mentioning about the freedom that the team have got. Obviously, that's what I'm keen to try and indicate is that Arteta is clearly trying things, isn't he?
Mm. No, I can see.
Yeah, we understand. We understand the team. Yeah, go on, Mitzi.
Yeah, I can see it's what he's trying. I mean, those 2 goals came from Arsenal of last season. So, as I said, this formation is going to pan out for later on in the season. But these 2 goals that we've scored is like Arsenal of last season. That type of football. So he's in effect.
Good foul there by Timber.
Yeah, in effect, he's treating this like a pre-season game where he's trying out loads of things.
Yes.
He could quite easily put Forest to the sword now with the personnel that we've got in our squad.
The thing is, we understand about the fluidity, but I just don't want him to tinker too much, because what works. So you don't need to play obscure players out of position and let them come into their own position when they could be in their own position already.
But hang
that
on,
doesn't
Gary.
make sense to me.
Hang on, Gary. Last season, we were complaining because he wasn't changing stuff enough. And now you're complaining in the first game that he's playing too many changes.
No, it's a different thing, Tone. There's changing systems, but then there's changing personnel when the personnel don't need to be changed. See, look, Party can't keep up.
Exactly, yeah.
And Saliba's
right there in that
across.
situation. Right there is a perfect example of what you're giving away in that situation. Now, if you had a better winger, it could be even worse. So the situation is why would you use this? Why would you use this system against this opponent?
Because you can.
I guess because
listen, if he would have played this way in a couple of pre-season games, you would have said fair enough. You know, where he'd come up short last season was not by changing things, not by changing formation.
Yeah.
Even though he had personnel, he could have played Jorginho and Partey in a double pivot.
Yeah.
He refused to do that.
Yeah.
And that's how we let the 8-point lead slip. When things ain't going well, you can quite easily go, look, we're 1-0 up here. We're going to start up shop. It may not be the prettiest thing, but at the end of the day, we would have won the league title.
Yeah.
Had he changed the formation like the way we wanted him to.
Yeah.
This is changing it for unnecessary purpose by playing Partey at right back.
What you got to realise is that the manager is the youngest manager in the league, yeah? And he's learned. He learned the hard way last year, yeah? He definitely learned the hard way. I mean, I don't know if you're aware of it, but he did consider quitting. He did consider quitting in the summer.
Yeah.
right? Now, if you listen to that story and you go, bloody hell, you came this close, yeah? And even though you came this close,
Oh, who's there? Come on.
yeah, you thought about quitting the game.
Yeah.
That must
Yeah,
tell
but
you
it's
that
natural.
the
It's natural to
emotional,
question yourself, Tony.
the emotional
Yeah, but it's,
pressure of being a manager was so great that he considered quitting, even though he was easily the second best manager in the league with the
because it's
youngest
natural.
team.
It's natural to question yourself when you come off of when you capitulate like we did last season.
Mm.
Declan Rice. Oh, good save by Matt Turner. Declan Rice, 30 yards on target. It was going in the bottom corner. Turner gets across and saves.
Yeah, good shot. Hey,
Come on,
Tony.
Party.
What a first goal that would have been.
Tony, after this game, we're gonna have a talk.
Okay.
You free? Not
For
for
a
long.
short while, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, not for long.
oh, that would have been nice.
Yeah, not for long. Not for long.
Great little knock by Timber. Good pass.
Must be a goal. This must
Oh,
be a goal.
Eddie, need to check your run. Nah.
Tony, all I'm gonna say is we are family.
I get it, Tone. I get it.
Did you know?
I mean, I'm
Timber's not messing around.
I've been a big critic of Arteta. You know, me and Bertram are pretty much on the same page when it comes to the criticism of his in-game management. But when you hear and you
Yeah, I
see,
think we've all had that same view, though, Tony.
right. So the thing is, he's clearly seen, you know, look, I was this close to winning it all. One of the greatest seasons that could ever have been. I mean, you know, it was on the precipice of one of the greatest seasons of all times. And even if we had won the league last season, people would have been comparing it with the Invincibles. Even though it wasn't an invincible season, it would have been of that kind of
Brilliant.
proportions.
Well trapped back, Martinelli.
I won't go as far as Invincible.
Got 3 minutes added on, gents.
I'll go as far as the brand of football that Alex Ferguson, when he won that first Premiership, was breathtaking. And if Arteta did last season, did it that, I would say, you know,
I think if we would have won the league last year, I think it would have been right up there with the Invincibles because it's considering where we came from. To come from like finishing fifth and to actually winning the league, if we would have sustained the run and literally gone on to win it, I think it would have been right up there with the Invincibles.
Yeah.
Obviously, nothing's going to match the Invincibles because they went unbeaten all season.
Yeah.
But it would have been right up there. Don't kid yourself that it wouldn't have.
Exactly. That's my point. It would have been right up there as one of the greatest wins because, we're talking Leicester in terms of, a team so far away from it and then winning against the greatest team. Man City are the greatest team.
Well run back by Havertz. Odin Martinelli, too late, too slack. Well run back, Martinelli. So Martinelli loses the ball to Serge, and then he puts in an almighty sprint and just breezed past him like Sir Ore wasn't even running.
And where's our midfield?
They were beaten. Well played, Thomas Partey. See that's why you can't take it. Just that little thing there is why you can't lose Partey in that midfield. Timber gets a yellow card. Welcome to England. Was it actually a yellow card? wouldn't say that's a yellow card, but Timber's down on the floor. He looks in a lot of pain.
My back is killing me, man. I have to go unconventional and lay down. Killing me.
I used to suffer from a bad back tone until I had 12 injections put in me in my spine.
I can't have injections, bro.
Why? Scared of needles?
Nah, it's just what are they gonna do for a herniated disc? I got that. My spot, my neck. Oh.
So Timber doesn't look like he's going to be able to carry on here. To be honest, I think that's a harsh yellow card. I don't think he was a foul that warrants a yellow card.
Especially the fact that he gets the ball at some point in the tackle.
That's a shame. I hope it's not a serious one.
Well, he's up.
Mm.
But he looks very gingerly walking off.
He needs a couple of minutes, that's all. He needs a couple of minutes. I don't like the fact that Arteta's signalling the substitution, but
he needs the magic sponge, man.
He does need the magic sponge, doesn't it? On a Sunday.
You remember back in that day when that guy used to come up with a cold bucket of water?
That's sitting.
We had that, man. Just get that cold water on it.
That's sitting is healing, man.
And that big car washing sponge. I remember them days. Them days.
Whatever lick you on the floor, you got up straight up.
It don't matter. Listen, your leg could be hanging up. You see that? Your leg could be hanging up. You see that bucket of cold water and that sponge. Yeah. You're getting up and you're running off, man.
I literally had a hole in my mouth, like when my tooth came through my bottom lip.
Take your time, Aaron Ramsdale. There's no rush here.
Took the sponge and just put it on. Closed that thing up, man, and I had to go hospital afterwards to get stitches.
Wow. And the other thing is, you didn't want to sit in A&E. You didn't want to sit in A&E when you're injured, so you thought, you know what, you're going to continue playing on because you didn't want to back on the side.
It's an apple juice there if you want.
Grassroots football, man, is the best. It's the best.
Finish it.
And that's half time.
Man. Yeah, you're right, Tony. Why would you make a substitution just before half time?
Yeah. Right, I'll be back in a sec.
All right, man. All right.
What's your thoughts on the first half time?
Well, we saw a new formation. But our old formation on our old tactics got us the lead. I thought Eddie's had a good game. Havertz just put himself about. But yeah, I think it's pretty much what I expected this first game to be. It's great to be 2-0 up. And maybe we've just got to temper our excitement to go for the jugular. Because
I don't think there's anything to do anything stupid. Just keep playing the way we're playing, keep solid at the back. Yeah, create a few more chances, score a couple more goals. But we want a clean sheet. We've got to stop conceding goals like we did last season. You know, our record at home was terrible. Apollo touches up on it all the time. But we've got to stop conceding these goals at home like we do. Now, you can't be too gun-ho all the time.
No. What's your thoughts on some of the play that actually gets us into situations where we could potentially pick up injuries? I know bad tackles are bad tackles, but some of the times I look at some of the sloppy passing that happens, and there's no excuse for it. And
I mean, if a pass is under hit and, what becomes a 50-50 is now deeply not in your favour, I just think sometimes you just got to hold a position rather than stretching into a tackle, because that's when you pick up the injuries. When you're stretching into a tackle and you're overstretching and someone comes over the top, you're risking broken bones in your foot or broken legs and stuff like that. I think the players have just got to sort of think, well, I can't win that. Let me hold my position. Because once you go to ground and you lose the ball, you're out of the game. And then the players advancing towards our goal and we're one less person. By the time they've got up and corrected their position, we're a man short. So, but I think it's hard probably to realise that in the moment. So in the moment, you think, I'm going to win that ball.
It's tough first game of the season because, when you used to play, you know what the pressure is like. You want to perform, you want to max at 100% in effort and everything. But sometimes we actually cause some of the injuries that we have by some of the sloppy play. And, I look at that situation where Partey got beaten by his being in the formation that he set up. But it's like having to track back in the way that he did.
I was just going to say that's something that we don't want Thomas Partey sprinting after people down the byline when he could be in the centre, just having a nice kind of trot towards his defensive position, because he's prone to injury, Thomas Partey. And I think when you're playing him at right back, I think you're putting too much pressure on him to get up and down and make these runs back like we saw. And I just don't think that needs to be part of his game. Why the fullback's chasing the winger, Partey can just be slowly manoeuvring into position where we know he likes to be.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's you asking for his hamstring to go or his thigh suffers with thigh muscles and stuff like that.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's the thing is you've got to be
playing him when you're asking for trouble.
Yeah, the formation can work. The personnel, maybe, because if you're looking and think, okay, yes, it's Rice's home debut. How has he played today? What would you rate him as in that 45?
In that 45, I would give him a 6. I don't think he's done anything special. I think there's a couple of times when he's got to realise that Arsenal is to try and play forward at every opportunity, and he's got to get that into his mindset. But that's the thing that's going to come over time. But then, we see him pick up the ball, hit one from 30 yards, then Turner makes a decent save. But we just want him more involved in the game. But that's the thing that's going to come with time. I don't think anyone's actually stood out in that half. But you'd probably say Martinelli and Saka have been our two key players. Havertz has really kind of been non-existent. Timber's been solid. Saliba hasn't really had much to do. Ben White, I like Ben White, but I'm really a fan of his defending.
Eddie's
I think his defending is not to be desired. So when that was who?
Eddie's done quite well.
So what did you do? Yeah, Eddie. Listen, I've always been a massive fan of Eddie. Always been a massive fan of his. I think he's added a new dimension to his game. He's bulked up in size. He runs forever, as we saw last season when he played. What was it? Probably about 10 games plus 95 minutes every game until he picked up that little ankle injury. And we know what we're going to get from Eddie. We know he can finish. We know he's going to work hard for the team. He's going to track back. He's going to hold it up well. So we know exactly what we need. But I think that's the three standout players would be the front three: Eddie, Bukayo, and Martinelli. The rest have just been solid 60s. No one's really very true. He's taken a grip of the game and said, "Look, we're going the game by the scruff of the neck." So it's more to say the second half. We know keep it tight, keep things deep, try a couple more goals, take the win, and move on.
What's your thoughts on Matt Turner?
See, that showed that I didn't think he was the keeper for Arsenal. We saw him almost get caught by with ball fit. He doesn't like it at his feet, and I don't think he had much chance with the first goal. Took a deflection, which I think took it over him, and the second goal, I don't think there's a keeper in world football that's going to do that, to be honest.
Nah, it's just wrong-footed him, isn't it?
Well, the deflection just took it over him. The little deflection there, if you watch the Nketiah goal, there's a little deflection of, is it off of Bowley?
Yeah.
When he turns in and when he shoots, there's a little deflection there, and that's what causes it to bounce over him. If you watch it from this, I don't know if you've got the replay there, it's showing it now. Watch it from behind, just as he cuts in and has a shot, there's a little deflection off the inside of the guy's thigh. It bounces and not takes it over Turner. I think Turner saves that otherwise.
Oh yeah, probably. Yeah.
The second goal was he had no chance. I love Havertz's reaction there when he bends it in. Just hands went on his head, just like, wow. I think Rice must be thinking, man, what kind of a team have I come into here?
Yeah,
he hadn't seen none football like this from West Ham.
Well, Victor, and just go in the chat and see what the family's saying. Victor saying, yeah, Partey is struggling in the new system. Our owner, Stan Kroenke, says, in Arteta we trust. Naturally, our owner backs his manager here. And Stan says, Rice is El Neni 2.0.
Yes, Stan. Partey has played well.
Yeah, he says, was it?
I can agree with you, Stan. Partey has done exceptionally well, but I just think personally the three players that have shaded.
Victor thinks that Partey is struggling in the new system, and Stan thinks Partey has played well. Boys, what's our opinion on Thomas Partey's first half?
I thought he
was solid. I thought when he comes into midfield, he comes in his own. But at right, Vinci was just saying why he wasn't there, Tone. When he's chasing the winger, you don't want Thomas Partey chasing the winger and busting his thigh muscles and his hamstrings. You want him manoeuvring into place in the middle. Let the right back chase that guy. You don't want him in that position unless he has to be in that position, obviously.
Yeah,
I think you're begging there for an injury to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, I get Partey's following orders. It just seems so unnatural for me the way how Partey plays and how instrumental he is in that. When you see some passes,
I'm exactly the same
that he's been delivering in the center of midfield, that you'll be having one on the sideline hugging the sideline for what? He's never going to overlap Saka. You're never going to do it. So that on that right hand side, if you attune to how Partey plays, you're going to have somebody else that overlaps completely taken away from a Forest perspective. But he's Partey's vision and his strength is ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Agreed.
Stan said.
See, so Vinci asked me who was how did I think the players done in the first half? What's your opinion?
Me? Yeah, I mean, I think. Look,
Tony, you there?
Yeah, I mean, to me.
Yeah, Tony. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was your opinion of the first half? For me, Saka and Martinelli were our standout players along with Eddie.
Yeah, and you expect them to be. you expect them to be that.
Yeah.
That's what their job is. Their job is to facilitate. I mean, you remember when Liverpool were at their pomp? The only performers on the pitch were the front three.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody
Salah,
else was
Mane, and Firmino.
everybody else was just a facilitator, and that's what we have. We have a fantastic front three, and everybody else should just be a facilitator. Yeah. Now, Odegaard had an amazing season last season. If he can replicate that, brilliant. Kai Havertz and Declan Rice are still learning the system. So I see Stan's point about Rice is Elneny 2.0, but you have to give him time. Yeah? Because we know what Declan Rice brings to the table. But
Give the guy time. That's exactly what I just said when you were away.
Yeah. You have to give him time. He will work himself into this team. I'm absolutely sure of that. And his qualities will become formidable for us. I totally I believe in that. But right now, he's just working himself into a system where he's going, let me just keep the ball moving. Let me work with these players before I start doing fancy
Back in 2 minutes, guys.
and going over and above where I need, where I can be, and overcommitting and doing things that, could potentially be seen as detrimental to the team. Yeah. There's no doubt in my mind that Declan Rice is way above an Elneny and way above a Granit Xhaka. But it's just going to take time. Yeah, so, look, you guys were a little bit flustered at the start, the changes, the formation. I'm like, let's look at it. Let's just let it bed in. Let's just see how it works. And, 2-0 up at half-time. If I'd have asked you for a half-time score, and most of you would have said 2-0 would be a good result. So if we go on and we score another 2 in the second half, great. If we don't, c'est la vie. Game 1. So long as we don't implode and concede 2 goals, I'm going to be happy.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I understand the formation. I don't understand the personnel in it. Even if you stopped and you look and you thought, you know what, you got Ben White could quite easily have sat this out, and Timber could have gone into the right, and Gabriel could have played centre back with Saliba, and Partey still holds the position that he does in the midfield. So I understand the system, but the personnel, that's my just concern. And yes, as you said early on in the stream, he's done it because he can get away with it, because Forest aren't going to challenge us. But when they did challenge us, you saw how straight problem.
And that is what a manager does. A manager has to weigh up and think, can I take a calculated risk? Can I go today with a back three with only one centre back or 2 centre backs, or should I play, something a little bit more defensive minded? So he's gone with a chance, and you know what? We could have backfired and we could have been 1-0 down. Yeah, but it hasn't. Yeah, it's like any team that plays, that football where you're playing around in your own box with defenders. It could go wrong at any given time. I mean, I don't know if you watched Burnley Man City last night. Burnley were playing with fire on a number of occasions. But Vincent Kompany clearly has shown that he's a good coach, because you know what? They might have got taken to the sword yesterday by Man City, but they showed me we got some minerals here.
Can I just say something? Apollo, this isn't negativity we're talking. I think people got a misunderstanding what negativity is. Yeah, this isn't negativity. We're talking about breaking down the game, breaking down the formation, breaking about where things worked, where it didn't. This isn't negativity. We're not negging here.
Yeah. I mean, it's constructive criticism. And, look, that's the good thing about our panel is we all have different views. Stan has his views in the States. And, I'm absolutely certain Stan will be on air at the end of the game, and he'll tell you all the wrongdoing of the manager and why we should have been 1-0 down and
Yeah.
But the point is, we ain't. We took a risk. We ain't 1-0 down. We're 2-0 up. Let's celebrate that. Enjoy it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You
it's not. I don't see things. There's some things where negativity, we've had a stream of it. What we've discussing in 45 minutes here, this ain't negging. Not a touch of it.
Ooh. So we're kicked off again. Looks like Jurrien Timber's back fully fit and ready to roll. He's built like a tank, isn't he?
Who's that? Timber?
Yeah. Timber by name, Timber by...
I just like, I want to see this guy running at people and linking up with the likes of Martinelli, movement of Odegaard. Either side, this guy's got his ability is ridiculous.
What? Are you kidding? What kind of a free kick is that? How much did we sell Turner for in the end?
10, I think.
Well, that's not a yellow card. Are you kidding? That's not a yellow card. So Timber gets booked for a challenge that's a nothing. Martinelli gets taken out clean, and there's no yellow card.
It was a high knee, wasn't it? No, yeah. You should have given a yellow in that situation. Great spin by Martinelli. Great. Yeah. He knew what he was doing.
See, that's the inconsistency of refereeing there, isn't it?
And that's what I'm saying. It's
Timber
sad,
should have taken that ball. Oh, Timber's gone down. Timber's gone down. The ball was at his feet. He went to take a touch, and all of a sudden, he just fell to the ground.
He's gone.
His knee's gone. But well played, the Forest. Well played, Nottingham Forest there, because they could have taken advantage of that and run literally unaided towards our goal. So that's very well played, Nottingham Forest there. Great sportsmanship. That's the back of his hamstring, isn't it? Back of his knee.
Sad to see, man. I hope he's not serious, man. It is enough to take. So this is going to be the end of his game, but it's that challenge.
Yeah, that's where it came from. Yeah,
It's that challenge. And what we were talking about earlier on, Gary, during the break, about some of the challenges that you put yourself in.
Yeah. But to be honest, I think he stopped short of going in for the challenge. And I think it was a collision where the players sort of got him more than he's got the player.
Huge talent, man.
Yeah, Vinci, do you remember these?
I don't, man. Have we got them
You
in our
don't remember
fridge, man?
You don't remember breakaways?
You know what?
I took them in the shop the other day, man. I went old school.
There was a time when you used to get one in your lunchbox and you felt sweet. And then as you got older, you need to get 2 or 3 in it.
100%, mate. Them are a wagon wheel. You was living a dream.
That's in my fridge as well. Wagons as well. And a club. I got a club in there. It's got a clubs in there as well.
Other chocolate biscuits are available.
Yeah.
We should have given the ball back to Forest there.
Yeah. So I wonder what if anything changes.
What we need is a big game from Tommy. Oh, lovely touch, Odegaard.
Yeah. And you see that link-up play that Havertz brings? If he's in a position, I just want him to take a shot, you know, from outside. He can
Tommy
score.
Hatter with the shot, easily saved by Turner. And the kick out from Turner sets Forest on the edge of the Arsenal penalty area. And Thomas Partey just steps in and breaks up the play.
All right, that's it. Well done, Rice. You supported Partey well there. And that's all he's got to do. Don't be afraid. Leave your position. Cut him across. Nice 1-2. Keep the ball moving. Yeah, this is what I was saying, Stan. Odegaard is a brilliant player. And I don't understand how anyone could compare Odegaard to Danny Ceballos, man.
No chance. Jesus Christ.
The moment I saw Odegaard in the clips before he came to Arsenal, I said Arsenal should do a loan move immediately and cancel Ceballos because that guy is a player. And you saw it last season.
Did you read his statement that he put out the other day when he was saying about how he feels so at home at Arsenal and he's never felt that?
Yeah.
I was surprised how close he was to coming to Arsenal originally.
That's crazy. That's the scary thing, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Yeah, but mate, everything happens for a reason, right? So if he came to Arsenal then, he wouldn't still be here now.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, well played, Saka. Stan,
unlucky
to play forward, and that's exactly my mentality. How I played the game. Always looking to cause havoc.
Well played, Declan Rice. Oh, Martinelli's Sergio just gone through Martinelli. Look, come on, ref. See, that's another thing that he wants to let go.
Yeah, he's. How many times you need to tell him to calm down? What minute it is? It's a 52nd minute. Bring your card out. Let him know. Havertz, come on, son.
It was quite funny because when I was watching the England women earlier on, there were some brutal challenges from Colombia, right? The referee was just like, play on. Yeah. And then there was the most innocuous foul you ever see in your life, and she give a free kick.
Yeah.
I just don't understand it. I know referee's not the easiest job, but, you know, there's got to be a certain amount of consistency. Just keep it simple, Arsenal. Keep the ball. Unlucky, Tommy. That's a good attempt there. A little bit too much on the pass. It skips through to Turner.
Lazy by Havertz. Come on, man.
I think that's just his style of play, though, isn't it? It's just his style there. Oh, Ramsdale, he's waiting for you to come and get that. He's waiting for you to come and get that, Ramsdale.
You know what I liked in the first half was, I guess, with this new formation, you got to see more of Saliba on the ball. his ball, he's bringing the ball out. I know it was a huge criticism in his first 2 years at Arsenal when he was sent out on loan. People said that he couldn't bring the ball forward. That's why he wasn't in the Arsenal team. But for me, I've always believed that Saliba can bring the ball through defence. And first half, you got to see him have a lot more touches.
Good save, Aaron Ramsdale. It was offside, but he didn't know that. Point blank range, great save.
Great save. Stan says we need Trossard on for Havertz. And big up yourself.
Agreed.
Adebayo, Abraham, up the Gunners. You know that, bro. You know that. I can't see how many people are on this the chat tone, but how many likes have we got? Like and subscribe, family.
Well done, Declan Rice. It's a terrible ball by Martinelli into Rice there. He's done well to control that and find the Arsenal player.
Shocking pass. You've got Partey orchestrating things in the defence. Centre mid side.
It's a foul throw, isn't it?
What's the last foul throw you've seen given?
Just don't see it.
Have you noticed, Gary, have you noticed that Declan Rice's position, he's pushing so far up onto the last man?
That's a foul throw.
That's
Just
what I
saw
just
that
said,
foul
Tony.
throw, guys. That was definitely a foul throw.
What's that? Declan Rice is doing what, Vincey?
He's pushing so far up when that ball was switched from right to left onto the last man. It's like there was, normally Partey would have somebody alongside him to pass that ball. So he's actually, as Tony was saying, he's pushing the defence as far back, but we're still playing the ball back through the midfield. So it's not going down the channels. It's just going right to left, left to right. Because there's no space. There's no space in the channels, as I said earlier on.
I think it's almost like we're playing with 3 number 8s.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I look and I think, all right, I look and I see Partey and I see Rice. I want to see how close they are throughout the game.
So in this passage of play now, Rice has pushed right up. So you've got Havertz, Rice, and Odegaard all playing behind Eddie, along with Saka and Martinelli.
Yeah, they push right up.
So they should.
But it's not adding to our. It's slowing down our ball movement.
Yeah, but what you're trying to do is create some overloads, isn't it? You're trying to create imbalance in their system because they have an extra man to mark. So somebody hopefully will be free. I mean, look, the Forest defending system is very well drilled. It's going to take something special. We have had 2 goals which have penetrated it, but it's a very, strong system designed specifically to try and limit the number of opportunities.
And Burton said that our passing over the top when they press needs to be better.
Yeah, but I think because they're holding such a low line, they're not playing a high line, are they, Forest? When we advance into their area, they're literally defending the 18-yard box. So the balls that you're trying to knock over the top have got to be immaculate.
Or quick. When you see them run and move, the ball's got to go in that area, or that space gets snuffed out.
Well, one back for Bukayo Saka.
Yeah. Go on, Odegaard. Move for him. Come on. That's it. Unlucky, Eddie. Unlucky. Well done, Partey. Come on, keep that ball moving. Foul ref.
Odegaard
Thank
taken down.
you.
I mean, now run at him, Saka. He's on the yellow card, remember.
Havertz.
Now take him on, Martin. Take him on. Just hit the byline, Martinelli.
Shoot.
Yeah, Forest are not coming out at all. They're happy to defend with 11 and keep the score down as low as possible.
Yeah.
But Arsenal have just got to make sure they don't allow them back into the game in any way, shape, or form.
Called it at half time.
Send it, Thomas. Come on. Rice made that. He made that space for you, and just dink it in there. When we have runners and they go, you've got to get that ball there early.
Yeah, you've got to. He delayed too much. I could see that passage of play was some off the training ground. Oh, nice feet.
Apollo's at the stadium saying this has been a very relaxed start to the season for the Gunners so far.
Well, let's hope it stays that way.
Relax. I would say that.
What's the atmosphere in the stadium like?
Totally cut with the relaxed game. That was tense.
Good ball, Odegaard. Bring it, Eddie. Bring it.
Free kick. Good to see that when they just had that little spell of possession, we were defensively solid. Come on, Saka. Now run it in, Saka.
My days.
Do that. That's it, Havertz. Nice. Come inside. That's it.
The speed well enough.
Like an old wannabe.
Give it.
To be.
Oh, there was your chance, Kai Havertz.
Oh my word! You ain't got that time, brother. You think this is? You ain't got that time. Draw your foot, man.
Good free kick to give away Saliba. I don't like this high line like this. Prefer them back probably on that other dark green bit of grass.
You scared they can't get back?
No, I just don't know. Just not a fan of it. There you go, look. Almost the flick on comes and then there's loads of space to run into. If that flick on comes 10 yards further up, that ball runs out of play.
True.
It's hard to judge because you're picking up runners, obviously, you know. So it's hard to judge where the ball's going to go and when the runners are coming from, because you're all at standing starts and the player's got to run on you. I don't like it. That's a shame there because Declan Rice takes that ball really well, and if he's not fouled, he powers through there, and he's running straight at the penalty area.
Little bit playgroundish though. Come on. We can string better passes than that, can't we? Gary, go to him, or you're going to get a card. As it stands, 2-0, good result.
Yeah, listen, a win's a win, isn't it? A win's a win. 1-0, 2-0, 10-0, it's all the same, man. The important thing is we keep a clean sheet and we win the game. That's all that matters. The only way Forest get into this is if we let them into it. I'm quite pleased with the second half performance so far because we've been tight at the back. We've created a couple of half chances. I think it's time to make a change, though. I think you need to hook Havertz.
There's a lot of space around the pitch now, isn't there?
Yeah, Arsenal finding gaps there, parties and acres.
Yeah. One more.
Well run back, Kai Havertz. That's the run, Kai. Martinelli, come and use him. He's run all that way, Martinelli. And you can't play reverse ball. That's where Martinelli lets himself down there. Havertz wins the ball. It goes to Martinelli, and then Havertz busts his gut to get back round on the overlap, and Martinelli doesn't play the ball.
Yeah, he's just got to get used to seeing that, innit?
I mean, that's something that you wouldn't see Xhaka doing. So obviously we've got players now in the Rice and Havertz that are a bit more athletically minded than what Xhaka was.
Yeah.
But when the guy makes that run, play him in.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Arsenal setting into the 2-0. Do you think they're actually trying to press and
I
get
think
that?
they are. I think it's about time for substitutes now, isn't it?
Yeah, I reckon it's still another 7 minutes before he makes their minute, 75th minute.
Yeah, my eyes need to see something else, man, because it's starting to close. You know what I mean? It's wake me up, man. Come on.
Is Trossard all right, or is he carrying a knock?
If he's on the bench, he's got to be all right, isn't he?
Yeah. You know, sometimes they're on the bench, but they're carrying a knock. Because
Yeah,
for
I
me,
think if you're
this
fit enough
game
to
is
be on the
crying
bench,
out for
you're
him.
fit enough to play.
He's
Like,
got a
one
clause.
more.
He's got
No,
a
it has
clause
to
in his
go one
contract
more.
from the sale that he can't start a certain amount of games. Because
Trossard,
because
maybe.
there's no reason, as you say, a guy who is lighting it up for Brighton, lighting it up for Arsenal, holding the bench. So
Forrest go close, takes a deflection, and Ramsdale scrambling past the post. That was a weak shot, man. Just brushed off Thomas Partey's backside. That was a back pass. He had no need to even get out of the way there. Stick that bum out.
I would like our star boy to do a little bit better in that challenge. In that
Forest corner. Ramsdale's absolutely surrounded.
Oh, well done, Tomiyasu. Well done, Tomiyasu. Well done.
See in the background there, that should have been a free kick because Ramsdale was being held and wrestled to the floor. That's why Tomiyasu had to get there.
Even Tomiyasu was being held. Oh, dear me.
Look, he's got a hole in his shirt. Look. Forest substitution. They're taking off their left back. The Nielsen as well. Yeah, they brought in that guy that scored against us last season for Forest.
Williams.
No, Nico Williams come on, but also their big centre forward.
Yeah, he looks hench.
Awoniyi or whatever his name is. He scored last season against us.
You better bring Gabriel back on quick, man. Deal with that you.
Trossard coming on. I know.
I think games like this, man, we need another goal, man. Come on.
Oh, Ramsdale got closed down there. It took way too long. Way too long. So Nketiah for Trossard. Well played, young Edward.
So we should really expect a goal now, Trossard's on, right? Or a goal or an assist. Is that
Half of the course, isn't it, with him?
yeah. Oh, well played. That's what I want to see. Take it. Oh, come on, ref. Seriously? I love seeing Tomiyasu go down that line, man.
That was Ben White.
Or is it Ben White?
Yeah.
Yeah, unlucky. Played well. So Tomiyasu's playing left back then?
Yeah, Tomiyasu playing left back, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, second half's been a bit of a non-event, isn't it? To be honest,
Yeah, that's
but like I said, I'm more happy that we've kept it solid, and they haven't had a single chance as of yet. But here they come. Odegaard
Oh,
always seems to have so much time on the ball, doesn't he?
well played, Odegaard.
Now run, Martinelli. Oh, just why are you checking back in? Oh, well played.
Finish. Go on, Kai.
Oh,
Finish.
hit the post, Declan Rice. Hit the post, or
Oh,
was it saved? Saved by
unlucky.
Matt Turner. Stopped Declan Rice from crowning his debut with a goal.
Unlucky. He's had a good game. Shooting
No,
wise.
that's a great save by Matt Turner. It takes
Great
a
save.
little deflection, and it was going in.
Yeah,
Great little
save.
hand to it there. I think he's always a decent shot stopper, Matt Turner, but I just don't think he had the game with his feet. And that's the way, obviously, that Arteta wants to play.
Well, good willingness from Rice to be in those positions to have a shot. That's the one thing I've been crying out for players in those situations. You've got ability, so that's nice. Nice to see.
Oh! It bounced off Saliba's butt straight into the hands of Matt Turner. And the quick throw out. And it's Bukayo Saka defending. Odegaard took the corner. And Saka was back on the halfway line defending. Oh, Saka's gone to left back.
Sloppy.
Looks like Saka's gone to left back.
Sloppy. Switch on, Arsenal.
Gonna have to.
Apollo says Declan Rice's debut goal is the only thing missing today. Make it happen.
He's come close. He's come close twice. All two good saves from the keeper. That's all we could ask for.
Ooh. Got away with that one. That was a chance for Forest. Go on, Gabriel. Run on it, Martinelli. Oh, come on. Is Martinelli tired? Does he look tired?
I think they're all going to be a certain degree knackered, didn't they? First game of the season.
Yeah, because I look at that situation, the ball bouncing, he would have. You'd expect him to do more in that situation.
Yeah, you'd expect him just to nod it and go after it. I think that's sometimes he's so indecisive, Martinelli. Even Saka looks tired there. That's a lazy ball, easy ball to find Odegaard. So this is where I think he needs to be more clever with substitutions, especially in the first few games of the season.
Yeah. But then again, Arteta don't suffer fools, man. He don't like players. When he sees players do that, sometimes he'll just leave them on to prove a point. So what change would you make now? Last 10.
They're bringing on Forest. Are bringing on Anthony Elanga for Brendan Johnson. To be honest, I'll be more inclined to just shore it up to make sure we don't concede any goals in the last 5 minutes leading up to the end of the game. I know there's probably 10 minutes left plus whatever injury time, so you're probably looking at 15 plus minutes. But I'll be more inclined to maybe bring Gabriel on and just shore things up properly. Obviously, they brought the big guy on and now they brought Elanga on, so they're going to be looking to run the ball in behind. I think there's really a lot of changes you can make. You take off Havertz. You know, he's been quite ineffective. Odegaard too important. That's a yellow card for Forest. Good advantage played there by Saka's through. No, the referee's pulled it back. Arsenal took a quick free kick. Saka was through, but the referee's pulled it back. Great strength from Odegaard there. Great strength. It wasn't. It was Odegaard. Oh, Matt Turner, what are you doing, man? You could have caught that. So the cross comes in, it's deflected. Declan Rice hits it into the ground. I don't think it was going in, but Matt Turner's made a hash of it. Should have been a simple, straightforward save. 6 foot plus goalkeeper. I don't know. He's tried to catch it, and it's a corner to Arsenal. Good for us. Vinci got bad news.
What's that?
It's 2-1. Look at the run. Look. He come from our corner. They go straight down the other end. Anthony Elanga crosses in, and it's 2-1.
Oh, Lord.
Terrible defending. From our corner, the ball breaks. Elanga runs full length of the field. He runs full length of the field, crosses the ball, and that big guy is there to put it in the net. But they're moaning here that Havertz is down in the penalty area. Oh, that's a foul, man. That's a foul. Bad defending, man. Trossard's got to get across that front post.
You know what? Trossard took too long to come across because Saliba was marking the guy. So when he came across, that little hesitation is poor communication there.
But this is what I mean about letting them into the game. You know, we've got a corner and we just give the ball away again with Declan Rice, and here come Forest again. Forest down the line. Oh, ball didn't. Oh! They've almost made it 2. They've almost made it 2-2.
Ooh,
but this is what I mean. This is what I mean. You know, at 2-0, you're not out of sight, and to go so gun ho at a corner, and you're leaving Trossard and that defending, you're better off just having your defenders there defending.
Can someone tell me what formation we're playing right now?
At the moment, I have no idea. Saka looks out on his feet. Oh, Gabriel's coming on now.
4 minutes after you said it, Gary.
There you go.
Stan says, so Fiona says that goal. Hi Fiona, how you doing, darling? That goal from Forest was all about determination. Yeah, it's great pace in the middle, sloppy marking from us. But we've got a chance now. Come on, Martinelli.
No, Diddy Daggers didn't do nothing with it.
Killing me.
Now's the time, Vinci, that you go with the double pivot.
Great game management by our manager.
Now's the time when you go double pivot, party Rice, sit in front of that back four, nobody moved, and we see out the game at 2-1. We haven't looked like scoring in this second half. And we give away a sloppy goal. Yet again, no thing.
Those two was a foul.
Well, this is the thing. You make a formation change to try something out. You 2-0 up. Then they come back in. Come on, send it one more. Must score. Oh, come on. So you make a formation. So it's like, now you're under the cosh in the last 10 minutes. What are we going to do? Shut up shop?
Yeah, why not? Double pivot, Rice and Party.
That should have been a goal.
It's unbelievable how that chance you don't capitalise on it, Tony, innit?
So Martinelli off, Gabriel on.
Martinelli off. Yeah, I gotta agree with Stan. I'm not sure why Kai Havertz is still on.
Well, now we'll be on for his hold-up play, won't he? Get the ball up to him, let him hold it up. That's why he hasn't taken him off.
Yeah, but Gary, wasn't that the mindset at the start of the game?
Well, he hasn't really been involved in the game, but now you're going to need him because Forest are going to throw everything because they've got a lifeline, and there's still probably 10 minutes plus to go.
Moses, what's going on, bro? He's saying immediately their striker came, Gabriel should be on. What is Arteta doing? He's doing it now. Yeah, he's bringing on Gabriel. Arteta is failing. What is Kai doing on the field?
So I think there's a possible penalty check going on. I don't think it was a penalty. It looked like Trossard clearly won the ball, but the Forest player has collapsed in the heap in the penalty area. Well played, Trossard. Drive Havertz. No, Havertz. Not the time for that, Saka. Not the time for that kind of cheeky finish. Bury the ball, man.
You see, these are the traits from last season. Yeah, in times where the focus and attention. That was the first game of the season.
Oh, nice.
19 plus minute
Havertz,
game.
you're not even trying to win that ball, Havertz. You're just happy to see it run out of play.
Just checking there.
Come on, Havertz, press him. So now Arsenal just content to sit in and let Forest come at them. Well played, Trossard. Excellent skill by Odegaard.
Yeah.
Oh, Ben White. Come on, Ben White. That is terrible. So Forest are going for it now. They're bringing on Chris Wood for Joe Worrell. And another defender going off. And I don't know who this guy coming on is. Oh, Jack Quixote. Used to play for Palace, didn't he?
Yeah.
So Forest are going for it now. They've got the lifeline they so wanted from the outset. And Arsenal under pressure now to the final whistle.
6.
Go on, Kai Havertz. Go on, Kai Havertz. Go on, Kai Havertz. Come on, Havertz. Ah!
He's absolutely skinny.
He couldn't get the ball under control, but once he was through, there was no acceleration of pace.
Oh my god.
He's done the defender. Was it handball?
No, off his shoulder.
Karen, you would want to my top.
Yeah. Got to be stronger there, ain't you?
Even if he stopped it, let them carry on running, change direction, and just off his left foot.
Once you're on the other side of the defender, you're supposed to.
Once you just put your body between the defender and the ball, take the foul.
Yeah.
Good opportunity, wasn't it?
So there's 7
Definitely.
minutes added on.
How do you
Yeah, we're going to get that all the time now because of the new rule changes.
Are they taking in like the throw-ins and the corners and just everything?
Yeah, you're going to get lots of 7 to 10 minutes now.
It's not a 9-minute game anymore.
Ben White's got a yellow card for taking too long with the throwing.
Taking forever, isn't it?
Throw the ball, man, before you get a red card.
Oh, it's just comical, man. This is just foolishness. Seriously? That passage of play from a throw-in, and that's what we do.
I don't think that wanted a yellow card.
Guys, why is this game looking so hard?
Come on, Havertz. Come on, Havertz. One Havertz. Oh, Kai Havertz. He hasn't put in any effort there. The ball bounces up in the air at 6'3". You can go and challenge the goalkeeper there. And he just give it up. He's just give it up.
Tan, you were saying, why is it hard? Because it's 2-1.
It's 2-1.
That is not answer. Come on, seriously?
If the score was still 2-0, you probably wouldn't be saying that.
Well played, Declan Rice. Excellent, Declan Rice.
I'm just saying, second half, we've made this game harder than it should be.
Yeah.
Well played, Leandro Trossard. Great carry up the field.
Good burst of pace.
Saka's out on his feet. Why are you trying to shoot from there, Odegaard? It's not going out, Tomiyasu. I think you're trying to shepherd the ball from 15 yards away from the line.
We look out.
Great carry from Leandro Trossard there.
Yeah, excellent.
We look
Now,
out
that's a shame it wasn't Martinelli, because Martinelli would have had the pace to carry on going.
out of my
That's
feet,
it,
mate.
Kai Havertz. Well done, Kai Havertz. First thing you've done in the game. Well done.
Moses, Apollo, don't hype Havertz. Martinelli would have scored that goal.
Just play it to the corner. Shield the ball. That's all you have to do. And he gives the ball away.
No, you tried to keep it in a corner. You're trying it.
No, he give it away. And here comes Forest and fuck. Frick's sake, man. Forest have a free kick halfway inside the Arsenal half by the touchline.
Yeah, but Gary, what you're seeing from Forest right now is nothing that I'm shocked at seeing, because that's how they play against us.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is though, Vincey, hold the ball in the corner. Just go to the corner flag and put the ball right near the corner flag and let them win it back. Don't give it back to them and allow them to hack it clear. But they've got players up front.
My issue is 2-0, 2-0 against
And
this team.
shot over the bar.
It's a very dangerous scoreline.
Very much.
Very
2
dangerous.
0 against any team is a dangerous scoreline if you're allowed them back in it.
Yeah, but especially the way how this team plays against us. When we're on top, we've got to make goals count. The moment they start being their big mans on the pitch, game changed.
Saka was pushed to the ground and had his ankle accidentally trodden on.
Yeah. Ouch. That's not nice.
So we're just approaching the last minute of action.
Yeah.
No doubt there'll be a bit of extra added time.
Bukayo Saka is the official man of the match, in case you'd missed it.
Because the goal was so good. The wonder goal. Wonder goal. As Tony will class it, a worldly.
Free kick given away by Declan Rice halfway inside the Forest half. Matt Turner's going to pump it long.
Use it wisely, Trossard. Oh.
That's it. Down the field it goes. Excellent. Come on, Declan. Get after it. Look. He doesn't know you're there. Look. So into time added on, not the time added on.
Declan spent. Go on, Havertz. Go on. Oh, my word. Oh, unlucky Odegaard. Unlucky.
That's it.
That was a 5-on-3, if we'd have played it right.
Mm.
Ooh.
I think the important thing there was we didn't need to play it. We just needed to keep hold of the ball, and that's it. Game over.
Oh, wow. Right, I'm going to shoot off because I need...
But we made hard work of that.
I'm gonna keep this very brief, the end of the stream. I've got places to go, people to see. Give me a second, I'll be back shortly.
Yeah.
Result mattered at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's all that matters at the end of the day, Vince. We come away with the 3 points. Yes, we made it hard for ourselves when there wasn't really any need to. The last 15 minutes was uncomfortable. But we get the win. There were some good things and there were some bad things. You know, that goal from a corner, a breakaway like that, you're defending with your attackers. Ben White doesn't cover himself in glory again because he gets attracted to the middle and then forgets to go back across to put the blocking on the player that scores. You know, that's where his defending leaves a lot to be desired. He's got to read that better. And I don't think it's not one of his traits to read the game, Ben White. He's good on the ball, but defensively he lacks. A little bit disappointed with Havertz in the last sort of couple of minutes. He had a couple of chances. I mean, the one that bounced through to the keeper took an age in coming out to get it. And he just kind of give up the run. He just wasn't interested. 6-3, you go full pelt and you jump up in that air and you make that keeper punch it. Or you collide with him, however it happens, you know.
Yeah. We're not top of the league then.
No, we're second again.
We're not top of the league.
But we've got to start keeping these clean sheets, Vincey. You know, we've got to
Definitely
want to keep these clean sheets, and no team should score from a corner against you, like break away like that. You know, we've got 3 players back: Trossard, White, and I forget the other one now. But you know, you've just got to read it better. Trossard needs to keep running, and White has to get. Once he gets attracted to the middle, he defends well. But once that player comes across him, he can see it, and he's got to get across and meet at the same point of contact as the ball.
Okay, all I'm going to say is this, yeah. I always knew this game was going to be tricky if Forest started to run at us. And when they did, it took 4 minutes for Arteta to realise that he needed to go back and bring in Gabriel. So my question is, as much as you try the formation change and personnel change, we have to go back to Gabriel to deal with the threat that was always there at Forest. So we got away. I think we got away with one today. And
yeah, I think I agree. I agree with you. But I think when Forest start running with the ball, I think that's when you've got to say, right, we've got the back four, we've got Rice Party sitting in the middle. That's how we keep it. Always with them six at the back. Let the other four go do what they. Let the other five go do what they're doing up front. But we have to keep it solid and change in game the formation and how we're going to approach the game. You know, at 2-1, there's no need to be gun ho. Sit them two in front. Have your back four. Let the other five work up in front of the six, the bank of six, and that's how you see out the game. And you know, we was lucky there.
And I've always said, Arsenal, as much as attacking wise we good, we don't take our chances. Yeah,
we didn't create a chance in that second half until the last couple of minutes with Havertz. He went through 1-on-1, and then he allowed the defender to catch up. And then
but
the
when we're
one
on
he
top,
didn't bother going in for.
The thing is, when we're on top, we've got to make it count. We've got to learn to really make it count.
Yeah, 100%, mate.
We can't just rely on, okay, well, we got the result 2-1, go next game. Because better teams are going to set up and they'll get less chances and score.
Well, I mean, Forest had 2 chances in the whole game, clear cut, and they scored one and missed one.
Yeah. And it would have been criminal for us to be sitting there saying, you know what, that game was a draw.
Would have been a joke. Would have been an absolute travesty. But that's what, when you play against teams like Forest and that's what they're going to come and try and do. So long as they're still in that game with 10 minutes to go,
they're going to have a go.
And once they get that lifeline, like they did, it's game on for them. That's their whole outlook. And it's a good job that Brennan Johnson didn't score with that first one in the first half, because they would have been a nightmare to play against.
Oh yeah.
When they've got something to hold on to. Right, listen, I'm going to love you and leave you because I've got a house for the kids.
All right. Enjoy, man.
I will see you next time.
Yeah.
See you later, everyone.
Man, stay blessed, man. Yeah, so I'm just going to read out some of the comments in the chat. Moses, until Tony comes back. Moses says, Apollos don't know. Yeah, I read that one out already. Stan says, holding on against Forest. Game speaks for itself. Indeed. Yeah, I've had my say on the formation and what it should have brought and what it didn't. And when we're on the Kosh, what we had to resort to. Moses says he's not a fan. I'm not for this Havertz thing. Yeah, I mean, he's had two good chances. 2 good chances in towards the end of the game, and he's got ability there. He hasn't got the pace. Yeah, I just wonder where his confidence is. Because you look at Declan and you think, all right, you know, Declan's joined the team and he's prepared to have a shot at midfield. You know, he's not afraid to take shots. But Havertz, I think his confidence is still a challenge there. Go for it, T.
So, game over. Thanks for standing in there for me, Tone. I'm going to keep it short and sweet because I have things and places and people to see. But yeah, it's a bit of a learning curve. And that one there maybe needed to be... I hope they learn from that I think that was a little bit too close for comfort. I think Stan has got that absolutely right. The fact that he kept Elanga on the bench and the big striker Awoniyi on the bench to the end of the game kind of helped us, because the moment they came on, Forest looked a completely different team. But I think, look, they set their stall out from the beginning. We're not going to allow you to just score willy-nilly on us. I think Forest got lucky because Arsenal haven't quite clicked into gear yet. It looked like we could potentially have gone and scored a load of goals after we got 2-0 up early, but we never really pressed on from there, and we never got to the next level. We allowed Forest to sort of hold fast and stick there, and then, obviously they got their equaliser. Performance-wise, look, Ramsdale, his customary error every game. He made one where, he allowed the striker to close him down. And, yeah, I can't wait for David Raya to come in, because Ramsdale, no, it's the truth. Ramsdale needs that. He needs somebody who can make sure he doesn't make mistakes, because, if you make mistakes, someone else will take your seat.
Yeah.
Saliba was just Saliba. Imperious, as always, got an assist in his first game of the season. Saka, very good performance. Maybe could have been more attacking. Look, I can't never complain about Bukayo Saka, because he just does what he does. And it's so good that, look, he's off already. 1 goal, 1 game, 1 goal. Martinelli, I thought, played all right in patches, but the assist was just ridiculous. Eddie, I thought Eddie had a good game. Again, doing what Eddie does, scoring. Kai Havertz. There was some good and there was some not so good. I've said it throughout the game. He just needs more time. But, look, we had this conversation earlier in the week. If I could swap Kai Havertz for Ivan Toney, like that, drop of a hat. And what you have to remember is we paid 65 million for Kai Havertz. So another 40 million would have got you Ivan Toney. And you have to say that would have been money well spent. But we wouldn't have another number 9 right now. So it's kind of swings and roundabouts. Afternoon, Alex. Hope you're all well.
Hi, Alex. How you doing, bro?
If you're not following Alex on Cannon Fodder TV, please go ahead and have a look at that channel on YouTube, Cannon Fodder TV, for the latest and good content on Arsenal. There is a wonderful conversation between Apollo, Vincey, Alex, and a couple other gentlemen as a collaboration between our channels, which took place a week or so ago. It's worth having a watch because it was a very interesting conversation. But yeah, Declan's still, finding his feet, I think, as well. Odegaard did Odegaard stuff. The wandering in midfield, I can't complain about Odegaard's performance today. He must put in some kilometres every game. He literally is, driving this team as captain.
He's really dragging us, isn't he? He really is.
Yeah.
His ability is off the scales.
Yeah.
In tight boxes, in tight areas, just like Partey's, where you see him in midfield, but Odegaard's skill level is just ridiculous. Yeah. But he's running with the ball at the same time, and and sometimes you just need 2 players to go alongside him like that, and that can just blow the game wide open. And I think sometimes that's what we need to do. But first game of the season, we've got to win at home. It's a late start, so happy days.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, if I go through the other players, Timber, I'm happy with his performance. I'm unhappy with his injury. As I said, Saliba, Thomas Partey. Yeah, once he gets into that midfield, I totally understand the point about him at right back. I totally understand it. I knew it wasn't going to be long before he would push out of that position and it be in the midfield. But yeah, he's not a right back. He's not built to be a right back. If he was up against, for instance, a Grealish or a Mahrez, yeah, it would be scary for us. But yeah, anyone else? Who else have I got to review their performance? That's it, isn't it?
Yeah,
Martinelli, I thought was okay in pieces. As I said, the assist was different gravy. Ben White. My brother-in-law says he thinks he had a poor game. I don't think he had a poor game. I just thought because he played out of his usual position, he was just playing as a centre-back. He wasn't marauding forward like he would do if he was playing at right-back.
Just subdued, isn't he?
Yeah. But just looking at the Saka goal again, I mean, phenomenal. But yeah, that's my summation of the game. Stan's coming in.
Is he coming in?
Yeah. Hey,
Give me a second.
Hey, Bertram.
How are you doing?
Yeah, go on, Stan, man.
Wait 1 second. I'm trying to connect my headset.
Okay.
Even though it doesn't seem like it wants to connect.
I'm going to need to run.
I don't know why my audio.
I'm going to need to run.
I won't be long. Can you guys hear me?
Loud and clear. Go
Yeah,
ahead,
my headset's still not connecting, but an interesting day at the office.
Sound is okay.
No?
Yeah. There we go.
I gotta turn my TV down in the background. Somehow my audio has been messing up more recently. I'm not sure why. I gotta keep changing my settings. But yeah. So what do you guys think of the game? You're pleased with today's performance? You Vinci? Vinci, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Tony muted me. Yeah, I mean, listen, am I pleased with the game? Hey, we got the result.
Right.
There's large parts of it that I just thought, you know what, we could do better. I know it's the first game of the season, and we invited the pressure that came in the last 10 minutes. And you can't do that against a team that has caused you problems with what we allowed them to do in the last 10, 15 minutes. And the formation at the start of the game didn't help what happened in the last 15 minutes. So, yeah, we got away with one today. And when we're on top, yeah, we want to win the league. We want to predict that we're going to finish first. When we're on top, you need to start taking your chances. So games towards the end are not a struggle. You do that, then you have more confidence that your team's going to finish at the top of the league. When you start allowing teams opportunities to get at you in the last 15 minutes, it becomes a struggle. And that is
the question is, did we create a lot of chances today? I know they were sitting low for most of the game, but did we create a lot of chances today because they got the easiest chance of the game in my view?
Yeah, they had the easiest chance of the game, but chances are chances. At the end of the day, I thought the formation was. He took the chance to make that formation change and personnel change, and it is what it is. But in the passage of the game, we had chances, and I believe we could have played better football if the personnel were in better positions. Because the 2 goals came from how we played football last season. So again, I'm saying to myself, we made the game harder than it needs to be, but the manager tried a thing and he got away with it. And that's the way I see this game.
Yeah, but Vincent, you tried something which we didn't see in preseason at all, right? So I know training is different from a game situation.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're gonna try something, at least try it out in preseason and see if it works. And if you try it if you do it in practice, you try it in preseason, it works, and you say, you know what, in game situation, there's a chance of succeeding. I didn't see what he tried today made any sense to me. But as Apollo keeps telling me, he's the brilliant man in football, and I don't know what I'm talking about. So,
I'm with you. He made the changes that as I said, he's got personnel that if he wants to use those changes, I would not have had Partey at right back. You're just not going to present any argument to me that justifies Thomas Partey being in a right back position against any team in the Premier League, and especially if you envisage Partey being in an isolated situation 1-on-1 and a man goes past him. You can't sell that to me, but it is what it is. He played right back. We saw what happened. He got skinned by somebody who we're not even going to rate and say he's an A-class player. So it's one incident. Other teams, if we do that and they see that and they're switched on, let's hope we don't get punished for it. But I don't want to see.
I cannot believe Apollo is here talking about, based on his second half, he's into the Havertz thing. What game are you watching? Like, something's wrong with me. I'm seeing, you know what? I need to go to my ophthalmologist and get some better pair of glasses, because what I'm seeing is different from what like Apollo is seeing sometimes. So maybe it's me and I'm not seeing the game really well. And because somebody controls the ball and make a nice pass, then he's doing brilliantly, because I'm confused. I like dynamic players who are going to create something out of nothing. I like players who scares defense and they have to be backing up. I like players who make you feel concerned going forward, because when you lose the ball, you're in trouble when they take off, like how they did in the second half late against the game. That's what I like to see with footballers in my team, who's going to create fear in the opposition. Does Havertz create fear in the opposition? Like,
maybe
does he create fear?
Maybe his size. I mean, I understand from your dialogue that you like football the way you played football. And I think sometimes as fans and spectators, we can see football from a perspective of how we play or the comfort of our favourite teams when they won. But
he's a defender. So when you defend, I used to play like CDM, play forward and play CDM, right? When you're playing CDM, you have somebody who can run in behind you. You're always concerned about, you know what?
You're fearful.
I'm going to block him. I can't give him any space. I can't run with him. So I got to stay deeper. Then you give your team better chances to move the ball because you're going to play deep, right? You're then concerned about, how do I prevent this person from scoring? I have to change my game for that person. I have to be more defensive minded. I can't be as offensive minded. There are a lot of things that come to your mind when you're playing those deep midfield or defense about a dynamic forward. You see when what's his name came on, the Nigerian came on, how he held the ball up. They had Johnson up front who can't hold the ball up. That is a poor coaching by Nottingham Forest coach. He was awful today with his team selection. The kid who gave us trouble last year, he has him on the bench. What's him? Awoniyi, or whatever his name is? Yeah. He was the one who scored against us last year, gave us a lot of trouble last year. He's an Arsenal fan, so he's going to come with his game up. And he had him on the bench for most of the game. He came on the game and changed the game.
Yeah.
And he put Elanga on late, even though I know he's newly signed. Those two came on as a different game. Give them width, give them speed, force us then to start defending.
I've always said pace and strength, will hurt this Arsenal team. Okay, you can talk about your formation as much as you want, and you just saw it from Forest. They've given us problems match after match after match, pace and strength. And if you're not organised and you're not switched on, good luck. Because Everton last season, they did it to us. And then what happened towards the end of the season? So my point is, I just want Arsenal to, first game of the season, I believe we got away with one. We got away
And
with
we're
one.
We're at home, Vincey. We're at home.
But we got away with one. I believe we got away with one today. Good result at the end of the day. There's a lot of nonsense that went on today, which, I guess the late start probably didn't help the players, so they just want to get out and play. But I just think the next game, this Havertz thing, I'm now starting to look at the player and I'm saying to myself, what do I want to start seeing differently in how you're running for the ball, how you're taking on situations where you feel you can have a shot. Because you can see with Rice's confidence in shooting, and if he's in an open situation, he's going to take a shot. And it's good to see. I just want to see something slightly different in Havertz when he's in a situation, because he looks a little bit laboured today.
I think if Poch rates Havertz, he would keep him. If he rated him that highly, as Arteta does, he would have kept him. He didn't keep him. He's 20-something years old. Not like he's 30 years old. He's a young kid. He didn't rate him.
I think he's carrying a bit of weight, personally. I think he's carrying a bit of weight. That is because he looks.
That's how we've watched him at Chelsea for 2 years. How he plays, he's strolls across the park. He has skill. He has ability, but he's not. You need a dynamic 8 to go up and down the flank. You need an 8. Like people keep cursing Xhaka and Xhaka this and Xhaka that. Xhaka played the full length of the field. Full length of the field of the 8, putting in a tackle here. Yes, he's rash. Yes, he's erratic sometimes in terms of how he approaches things. He's a hothead. But he's out there giving directions. He's putting a tackle. We curse Xhaka, he's not a good footballer, blah, 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 whatever. And then, look, right, Havertz is our player. We don't have a choice. I would have preferred a Kudos or a Lafia versus Havertz. It is what it is. After the first game, and it's one game and it's new, I am still not heading here getting all excited because we just look slow, methodical. Apart from somebody like Odegaard, who's a brilliant footballer, by the way, and I'm not a Rice fan. I admit I'm not a Rice fan. I counted Rice passes today. Most of them went sideways and backwards. That's why I call him L92 2.0. People give me a hard time. Trying to what you're talking about, blah blah. Rice is excellent. Rice is this. Not impressed. Watch him play for West Ham for all these years. Good player. I know he has the British lack of independence when people in England view his ability. He's a good player, but not dynamic, doesn't go by people, doesn't go forward, doesn't split the defense with his pass. Partey does that. Partey is a much better link-up player than Rice is. Rice thinks backward first, then forward. Maybe he'll improve and realize he's not playing at West Ham, but he doesn't dip his shoulder. How many times did he dip his shoulder today against Nottingham Forest and go forward? He dip his shoulder one time and move forward versus turn the ball back and keep going back, like El Nene.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of stuck on this situation with Rice because I look and I think, how can he benefit the team with him playing alongside Partey if Partey's fit? And today, first half, it looked like Rice wanted to control the midfield, but not much happened when it was controlling. But Partey had to drag himself from the right to come back into the midfield, and he started to see, as you were saying, those balls spread, cut through. Second half, Rice, I think he did a lot better in the midfield.
I think first half they're trying to figure it out, right? Because I see Rice pointing a lot of time, trying to tell Havertz where to be, because they're sometimes getting in each other's way. Because when Rice go forward, think about it. Rice and Havertz sometimes end up in the 8 position.
Yeah.
Right? Because then Partey drifts over and is the real CDM, and we have so many people going forward. And sometimes you just clog up the space when you do that.
And that's the confusion of the fluidity of someone dragging from a right, because you're not having a natural base. And it showed where you're expecting somebody in that situation to do the overlap, to help out Saka. There was none. They're having to come back in. So it's side-to-side football. And I'm looking and thinking, okay, just say you're going to get an extra man pushed up against their defense. Well, you're not getting behind the team. So you're not actually creating anything with that change of formation. But you know, it is what
Well,
it is.
look. I hope it's just the first game, and things will only get better going forward. I love how Odegaard's played. Saka had a very good game today. Odegaard had a good day. Saliba had a very good day. Concerned defensively about how we gave up that goal because Rice looked like he was dead tired on his feet and he couldn't run back on that play. I was watching him trying to go back. He couldn't run back. And we should be giving up a goal in that situation. We had two defenders back and nobody glances where the forward was. He ran between the two defenders to score.
Saliba did. The problem that he had Trossard, who was the other side of the Forest striker. So, and then he ran in front. So then when
no one picked up the forward and say, you know what, let's have somebody in this space to block the pass coming in, and then somebody run with the forward, right? He ran from almost the middle of the park to go in front to score the goal. And you got to be aware when you are in those situations as to where is the forward. Maybe you try to block him off or something.
I think Saliba was aware of where he was, but I want to give a little bit of credit to the striker for that late run inside.
He did. It's a good run. It's a good run.
Yeah, because the moment Trossard went inside, the intelligent play for him to do was also to go inside. That then put Saliba where Trossard was initially, and then in that situation when the ball came across, he was ahead. So, you know, I want to credit the Forest striker for that. I just think there was several tired legs.
Yeah, they were tired. He doesn't. My manager doesn't make a lot of changes, does he? Like an ESR for Havertz, for example, we wouldn't lose anything if ESR come on for Havertz. We wouldn't have lost anything. But again, with his speed and his dribbling ability. So look, it is what it is. We won, even though we got over the line. It's 3 points. We still are going through growing pains, it appears, with the new additions. The biggest deficit today, frankly, was Timber getting hurt. And we don't know the extent of his injury because you know he's a baller and he's played well since he joined us. He's been the best of the new recruits so far. So that injury is not a good thing, and it didn't look good, frankly, the way he came on because I think he hurt himself on the first tackle, and then it manifests itself in the second half, actually.
Yeah,
which is unfortunate, but yeah. Not much more to talk about the game. It is what it is. We won. We move on, I guess.
Good to see Tommy Assi back. For me, good to see him.
Yes, and look like he's still a little bit confident, looks fitter, right? And he played decent when he came on, actually.
Yeah, he's a good.
And he was taking the ball to the defenders. He was dribbling the ball sometimes. So that's a good thing to see him. Because at one time, you know, he played really, really well. And then because of inconsistent game time, probably lost some confidence. Then he got injured. So hopefully he come back at his best because he's a good defender.
Yeah.
And he has some offensive ability.
I was actually looking towards the second half. I was looking, and when players started to come on, I was thinking, you know what, defensively, we have a good unit there. We really have a good unit. If they can stay fit, you know, it should be promising. And this sod's law, the first game of the season, Timber gets injured. So I just hope we
I didn't understand today, Vincey, because Gabriel has played 73 straight games. I know he makes errors periodically, but he's good on set pieces. He's good organizing the defense. He actually make passes between the line as a defender, which our defenders don't do. He's not the best on the ball, but he tried to make passes between the lines. So I was a bit surprised that he didn't start, actually. I'm sure he probably was surprised too, because when you're a starter 24/7, all of a sudden you're not starting. He's probably confused, just like how I am, actually. I didn't understand that part.
I think Tony's got something to say.
I'm saying it's over. Right, gents, I have to go. Places to be. So
you go to the fight tonight?
I am indeed, yeah. So that's why I got a rush, because a last minute purchase of a ticket has meant that I've got to now push everything forward. So yeah.
All right, Tony, I'll speak to you tomorrow.
Nice one, guys. Take care, Bertram. Always
All right,
a pleasure.
Tony. All right.
Well, buddy. Take it
care,
easy.
guys. Thank you for joining us, everyone on the stream.
Cheers, family.
Bye.